The Fabulous Five visit Morningside. A jolly adventure with only mild screaming. The Fabulous Five were simply thrilled when Graham announced they'd be spending their half-time holiday exploring a charming old place called Morningside Cemetery. "It sounds smashing," said Lisa, who adored anywhere with marble statues. "I hope they have a gift shop," said Liam. "I hope they have chips," said Jimmy. Poppy the cat said nothing, but her tail twitched like a barometer for doom. The cemetery gates creaked open all by themselves. "How thoughtful," said Lisa. "Automatic hinges." The Fabulous Five wandered into the grand Morningside Mausoleum, admiring the polished marble floors and brass sconces. "What a splendid building," said Lisa. "It's like a museum, but quieter," said Liam. Jimmy practised a forward defensive stroke with his cricket bat. Graham nodded approvingly. "Good form, old chap." At the far end of the hall stood two tall metal poles, stretching from floor to ceiling, humming faintly with a strange yellow light between them. "Goodness," said Lisa. "What a funny doorway. It doesn't seem to go anywhere." "It must be modern art," said Liam. Poppy hissed. A shadow lengthened across the marble. A towering figure in a black suit emerged, eyes gleaming like funeral brass. "Boy!" he bellowed. Graham, Liam and Jimmy looked at each other. "I wonder which one of us he's addressing," said Jimmy. "Girl!" he thundered at Lisa. "How polite to include everyone," she said brightly. The tall man turned to Poppy. "Cat!" Poppy hissed louder. A high-pitched whirling filled the air. Two silver spheres shot from the shadows like big murderous marbles. "Anyone for tennis?" cried Lisa, raising her racket. She met the first sphere with a crisp backhand, sending it spinning into a marble column. "Smashy return!" shouted Jimmy, who immediately blocked the second sphere with his cricket bat, sending it clattering across the floor. Liam practised a cover drive, just in case. The tall man advanced, voice booming like a collapsing organ pipe. "Boy! Girl! Cat!" He stepped forward. Poppy wandered directly across his path. The tall man tripped over her with a magnificent flailing of limbs, stumbled backward between the two metal poles, and vanished into the shimmering yellow void with a sound like a gong being swallowed. "Crikey," said Lisa, lowering her racket. "He's gone through the art installation." "Perhaps it's a shortcut," said Liam. Jimmy inspected his cricket bat. "Hardly a scratch. Jolly good craftsmanship." Poppy sat primly beside the portal, licking her paw. The Fabulous Five cycled away from the cemetery as the sun rose, the mausoleum humming faintly behind them. "What a lovely outing," said Lisa. "Let's visit another graveyard next time," said Liam. Poppy growled softly. "Oh, Poppy," said Graham, "you do fuss so." And somewhere beyond the portal, the tall man screamed eternally, "Gah!"